It's your Southern Utah Sports Report for October 9th, 2025. Welcome back on in, everybody, to the Southern Utah Sports Report podcast. My name is Caden Formaster. Thank you so much for joining me today here inside the Finley Hyundai studio, getting you caught up on everything going on in athletics around Southern Utah. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to get to today. So let's dive right on into it. And of course, we're starting out with our local high school sports, as we always do. Our local high school sports have a lot happening at the moment, with state playoffs coming up for a lot of different athletics. Right now, to start things off, we do have state golf going on today. Yesterday, we finished up the first round of state golf, and we are now into day number 2. So they kind of do 2 days at a time, and then, of course, take the overall scores from both of those days. So after day 1, Ridgeline currently leads the tournament. They are sitting at 4 under. Crimson Cliffs is in second place. They are 2 over. Dixie is 3 over, sitting in third. You've got East High School coming in, sitting at 8 over. Pineview is in 5th place. They're 9th over. And then Desert Hills sitting in 6th place at 11 over. That is how things are shaping up currently for high school golf at the state tournament. They are playing this tournament in West Bountiful. It's at Lakeside Golf Course, if any of you are familiar with that course. And again, they will be back at it today. It's very possible that things can switch around a lot, especially for Crimson Cliffs and Dixie. Those two teams are right there close to each other. Crimson Cliffs being 2 over, Dixie being 3 over. They have a bit of a gap, though. I mean, it's a six-point lead right now for Ridgeline, who is 4 under, which is pretty phenomenal. Ridgeline right now is leading the state in currently golf and in girls soccer, and I think they might be leading in volleyball. They're leading in football. They are just absolute school full of athletes. Just to put it lightly, they are definitely a school full of athletes out there. So that's how things are shaping up at the moment. All right, let's switch gears here for a little bit, because we've also got a lot to talk about when it comes to the world of soccer. At this moment, the soccer bracket is out, and we've got games going on today. So we want to take a look a little bit here at the way that the bracket is shaping up. So for those of you watching on YouTube, you'll have the bracket on your screen here. For those of you just listening, whether that's on the podcast or on the radio, because we do play this on the radio every single day as well. If you're listening on the radio, we'll break it down for you as much as we possibly can. So let's get into it with our Region 9 teams first. Again, this is girls soccer, getting ready for the tournament that starts today. All right, first up, I want to point out the teams that have bye weeks. So first things first, we have Snow Canyon. They were the region winners. They're a phenomenal team this year. They're sitting there in 3rd place. They get a bye, as well as Crimson Cliffs, who's in 6th, and then Desert Hills, who is in 7th. So Snow Canyon getting the bye. They won't play. Well, this is Snow Canyon, Crimson Cliffs, and Desert Hills. None of them will play until the 14th. So we've got a little bit of time before that. But they will be playing the winners of Snow Canyon's case. It's the winners of Judge Memorial and Highland. Crimson Cliffs will play the winner of Uinta or Juan Diego. Uinta's ranked 11th. Juan Diego's ranked 22nd. And then Desert Hills, they will play the winner of East High School or Orem High School. That's how those ones will shape out. Now, as far as everybody else in the region goes, Cedar was 15th place. They're taking on 18th place Provo. So this is a home game for Cedar today at 4 o'clock. And again, of course, I know we've got some weather in the forecast for the day today, so hopefully these games can get in and get played. But with Cedar hosting Provo, they have that home field advantage. And then the winner of that game, if Cedar wins that game, will have to go to face number 2, Green Canyon, in the second round. On the other side of the bracket, we've got Hurricane and Timpanogos. Hurricane just missed out. They just missed out on being a home team. Instead, they're going on the road to face Timpanogos. Hurricane is a 17th seed. Timpanogos is 16th. Winner of that game has to face number 1 seed Ridgeline, which is going to be tough for anybody to face off against that number 1 team. Then you've got Dixie. They're down here. They're in 20th place. They're taking on Skyview. So they're going to be up in Logan today in the Cache Valley area, taking on Skyview. and the winner of that one will have to face off against Mountain Crest. So for Dixie, if they win against Skyview, they come home for the weekend, and then it's back up to Cache Valley next week. That's going to be a lot of driving. It's going to be a lot of travel for Dixie if they were to win this game against Skyview, but we'll see. For those of you looking out for Pineview sadly did not qualify for the tournament, so they are done with their season and have wrapped this one up. So, again, Crimson Cliff, Snow Canyon, Desert Hills getting buys. Today, Dixie's at Skyview. Hurricane is at Timpanogos, and Cedar is hosting Provo. That is how it is all shaping up for you here with this first round of region play in Region 9 soccer. Now, moving on from Region 9 soccer, let's get on into it with Utah Tech Athletics. There's a lot of Utah Tech Athletics going on today. First up, let's talk Utah Tech and SU for just a moment because we've got some men's golf that is going on. They're in Stockton, California right now. It's for the Visit Stockton Pacific Invitational, and this is a big-time tournament. There's a lot of schools that are going to be here at this tournament today. Of course, as I mentioned, Utah Tech and SUU are two of the schools that are on this list. Utah State's going to be there as well. Those are the only schools from Utah that are participating, but there's some familiar faces across college athletics. Teams like Denver's going to be there. Colorado's going to be there. The Buffaloes will be there. Sacramento State's going to be there. It's obviously hosted by Pacific University, but Fresno State's going to be there. UC Irvine, North Dakota State, universities from all over the country are going to be there. So should be fun, really all over the Western United States, but we'll talk more about this tournament as it, of course, will wrap up later in the future. All right, moving on. Let's get on into it with some more specific Utah Tech athletics. First things first, we go to the world of soccer, and men's soccer is going to be at home today. If you want to watch some soccer, we've got some soccer going for you today at Greater Zion Stadium. 5 o'clock, the men's soccer team faces off against San Jose State. Men's soccer team right now has been struggling a bit. They are currently with 1 win, 5 losses, and then 4 ties. So they've had some games come down to the wire that they couldn't quite push over into the win column. They kept them at ties, but they are going to be facing off against San Jose State today in Greater Zion Stadium. It is kind of a doubleheader because, well, there's 2 games tonight at Greater Zion Stadium, but they're not the men's team both. One of them is, of course, the women's soccer team. Women's soccer will be playing at home today as well. Immediately after the men's soccer game, that'll be a 7:30 start, and they're taking on an in-state rival, Utah Valley University. And women's soccer right now sitting at 5 wins, 4 losses, and 3 ties. So they have a winning record so far, which in itself is great. You like to see that. And again, taking on Utah Valley. This is their Think Pink game with Breast Cancer Awareness Month this month. They are doing a Think Pink game tonight. So if you are planning on going to this game, then try to wear some pink for the soccer today. I think that'll be awesome if you guys show up in your pink. I think it would be very well supported for sure if you can do that. So again, women's soccer tonight against Utah Valley. Men's soccer 5 o'clock tonight against who did I say? I just lost what I was looking at. Against San Jose State. So a few different games going on tonight. We've got Utah Tech volleyball as well. They're on the road at Tarleton State. Utah Tech volleyball is insane. They're absolutely insane. 12-2 is the record at the moment, so they are absolutely destroying it. They're killing it right now in the world of volleyball. Or excuse me, 12-3 is their record overall at the moment. In WAC play, they've only had 3 games. They've won all of them. In fact, in 3 games, of course, since they won all of them, that means they won 3 sets in each. So that's a total of 9 sets. They've only given up 1. So if you're looking at it from a set category, they are 9-1 in WAC play with sets. 3-0 overall as far as the outcome of the game. So they're taking on Tarleton on the road. They're going to be on the road for the next 3 games, which means we won't see Utah Tech home game until October 23rd. It's going to be a little bit. So taking on Tarleton State, that game is 5 o'clock today. You can watch that game over on ESPN+. So if you want to catch a little more Utah Tech action, that is the place to do it. So I think that will wrap it up for Utah Tech. Let's take a quick look at Southern Utah University. And we talked about their golf program. Men's golf is going to be out at this tournament in Stockton, California as well. So we kind of talked about that already. We won't get into that again. But soccer is going to be played today. We've got women's soccer that they are going to be hosting Cal Baptist. That game's coming up shortly. It's 1 o'clock this afternoon. And soccer right now currently holding a record of 2-7-2. So again, trying to get some more wins rolling here. It's not going to be easy necessarily. So this is tough. It's always going to be tough to play against a team coming up like Cal Baptist. They're a solid team. But right now, that's just what SUU is trying to do, is just go out there and play their hardest, try to win some games as much as they possibly can. Again, not currently easy at this moment with only 2 wins. So hopefully they can pull it off. Their last one was against Tarleton State, and that's who we've got. The women's going to be playing them shortly, I believe. Or maybe they just played them, if I remember correctly. No, they've got them coming up, I believe. So, no, excuse me. I'm looking at volleyball. Let's switch gears here. I want to make sure I'm looking at the right places. All right, we're looking at soccer. For soccer, yes, they just played Tarleton State. They lost. Utah Tech lost to Tarleton State. So we've got SUU beating Tarleton State, though. So that's a good look for them in their last game. But they do have Cal Baptist today at home. How are they going to shape up against Cal Baptist? Well, again, nothing is given, and it's going to be really tough. It is going to be very, very tough right now to play against this team. So how's Cal Baptist soccer team doing right now? Well, there's 6 wins, 6 losses, and only 1 tie. So they've been playing quite good, we'll just say. They are looking really good so far in the season. So we'll see how they do tonight against SUU. They did lose last week to Utah Valley in a 1-7 match. So heavily favored there was Utah Valley. But again, taking on SUU today. All right, volleyball team is in action as well. They're on the road taking on Abilene Christian. They are struggling right now. Abilene Christian's going to be a tough opponent for them. Right now, SUU volleyball sitting at 2-12. They started off their WAC run with a loss to Utah Tech University, who we mentioned before has been phenomenal this year. Not the case right now for SUU. Volleyball struggling this year, so hopefully they can switch some things around a little bit and get something moving. We'd like to see SUU start to pick up some wins here in a little bit. So, Utah Jazz. Let's get on into it. They fall to the Houston Rockets yesterday, 127-140. This is the first game right now for the Jazz, and really it just comes down to the fact that this is preseason. In preseason, expect losses, expect wins. I mean, it's just don't expect anything. To have zero expectations of preseason is what you should be having right now. Most of the starting lineup was out. Okay, there was no Walker Kessler. There's no Lowry Markkanen. Nobody was playing. Okay, there's very, very few guys that were actually on the court that are going to be starting caliber guys. It was nice, though, to see what Ace Bailey brings to the floor. This is the first time we've seen the rookie out there, the number 5 overall draft pick, and he comes in and he leads all scorers, 25 points. And that includes Kevin Durant, who was on the court. Now, when it comes down to it, Kevin Durant was out on the court for 23 minutes, and Ace was out there for 31. So there's a discrepancy there. I get that. However, it was nice to see him leading all scorers. Bryce Sensabaugh with 24 as well. Keontae George had 16. Nurkic, first time seeing him in a Jazz uniform with 12. Taylor Hendricks is back. That was exciting. He hit a few threes. He was looking pretty good. 15 points for him. The Jazz get the loss, but again, preseason. I think at this point, the most exciting thing that we can do as Jazz fans is just to watch the game and learn more about these young guys, see what they bring to the table, see what kind of game they have. And that's really what preseason is all about. That's what the coaching staff is doing. They're just looking to see, all right, which guys do we want to play? Which guys are we going to have to cut? How are these rotations going to work? Yada, yada. So after the game, Kevin Durant did have something nice to say about Ace Bailey. He talked about him being a dynamic player. He said that he loves that he gets drafted to Utah with the good development program that they have over there. He says, I'm expecting a big year from him and a big career. Earlier before the game, he even mentioned that he thinks that Ace Bailey's further along in his development than Kevin Durant was at that age. Ace Bailey's just 19 years old. Ace is a young dude. So I think when you say that you have high expectations for someone like that and that he's better than Kevin Durant was at that age, I think that's awesome. Now, does he have the same ceiling? TBD, right? We don't know if he has the same ceiling or not. So if he has a ceiling that's similar to Kevin Durant's and he can achieve that, then obviously destined for the Hall of Fame. Too young to tell. That's bonkers for us to even be trying to talk about something like that at this point. Right now, it's just, hey, come and show us what you got and try to help us win some games. Get us off the floor. There are a few beat writers and a few guys in the media talking about the Jazz this season saying, we think that they could be a team that can get into the 30-win column, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that could be enough for a playoff run. I mean, that could at least be a play-in tournament kind of especially the high 30s. Low 30s, maybe not, but high 30s, you're looking at potentially being a playoff team right there. I don't know if that's going to be the case for the Jazz or not, but there are some guys that are out there saying, hey, this is a possibility. And maybe, looking at the way that the team's set up right now, to me, it just depends on how the young guys do. If they overperform, then sure. I do think they could be. So we'll see. All right, let's move on. Last night as well in action, Vegas Golden Knights, they were taking on the LA Kings. They fall in a shootout. Oh, it was a heartbreaker for the Knights. Golden Knight fans everywhere to lose that first game. I get it. It's tough. It's always tough to lose the first game, but to be fair, it was a very well-played game, and it's a long season, so you still can keep your heads high. It was Jack Eichel. He led the way with 4 points. He did have a goal and 3 assists, and it was Pavel Dorofeyev. I want to say I said that correctly, so hopefully I did. He had a hat trick for Las Vegas as well. He's had three of the 5 goals, but again, losing it in a shootout. So it's a rough go of it there. You don't want to lose it in a shootout. I get it. They do have a game going on tonight, though. They are immediately back in action today, taking on San Jose Sharks. So we've got the Golden Knights and the Sharks. That game, puck drop at 8 o'clock as the Golden Knights are again on the road. In other hockey, we do have the Utah Mammoth in action tonight. They are taking on Colorado Avalanche at 7 o'clock p.m. This is their first game of the season, and we are going to be seeing some new things from them as a few different things. Of course, we've got some new guys on the team that are going to be really exciting for us to see, but they are also throwing in something new as well. The away jerseys now actually have a sponsor patch, so that's something new called One Password. So you're going to be seeing a sponsor patch popping up on the jerseys as well. So that's some of the new news on that. All right. As we are getting ready to wrap up the show today, I do want to give you one more bit of information on local sports here in Southern Utah, and that is the Huntsman World Senior Games. Huntsman Senior Games are going on right now. So if there's a little bit of traffic around town, if there's roads that are blocked off, be cognizant of that. But if you want to get more information about the senior games and maybe you want to go check out some of these events, because I got to be honest, some of these events are actually really cool. Like volleyball. Okay, I'm not going to lie. These old dudes, you guys are killing it in volleyball. Just destroying in volleyball and softball and bat. Like, okay, let's just be honest. These guys are athletes and I don't even know if I could compete and I'm in my 30s. So they are phenomenal. If you want to go check out some of the events, you can head on over to seniorgames.net. That's seniorgames.net. And that is where you can get some more information on the schedule of events. Events will be going on from now all the way through October 18th. So we've got a few weeks where there's going to be some events going on. Everything from pickleball, softball, basketball, different running events, some track events going on. Plus cycling. I mean, I don't know. You name it. You name the sport. I feel like there's an event for it. So it's awesome. It's awesome. Check out the Huntsman Senior Games. Again, seniorgames.net and see what's going on with Huntsman Senior Games that are in town right now. So, all right. That will wrap it up for us today. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. If you're listening on the radio, go find the podcast. Head on over to the fansportsnetwork.com, go to the shows tab, and go to Southern Utah Sports Report. If you're listening to the podcast on your favorite podcast platform, subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the episodes. And follow us on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Of course, this week, tomorrow, normally on Fridays, we'd be having a game that we'd be streaming for football. It is fall break. Happy fall break to everybody. I know students, you guys are out of school today. So happy for you on that. It's always nice to get a few days off from school. So we'll be seeing the students back in class on Tuesday, I believe. But that means that we will have a stretch here where there's not a lot of high school sports to talk about outside of maybe some of these state tournaments going on, like we mentioned earlier in the show with soccer and with golf. But outside of that, we are going to be kind of out of it this weekend. Nothing going on Friday, which is going to be kind of fun. So, all right, again, that wraps it up. I appreciate you joining me. Subscribe to the podcast, the Southern Utah Sports Report. Find it on your favorite podcast app, look it up, or subscribe on YouTube. And that will do it for us today. Until next time, have a good one, everybody.